Hello everyone, and welcome to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This is the third lesson in the Learn to Play Bridge with Acol Bidding course. The topic for this lesson is hand assessment. The first phase of a bridge game is the auction, in which the players bid. But before you can bid, you need to assess your hand to determine what, if anything, you should bid. There are 4 different ways in which you should assess your hand when playing Acol. Strength, which comes from your high cards. Shape, which comes from the length of your shorter suits. Biddable Suits, which comes from the length of your longer suits. And the rule of 20 measure, which comes from a combination of your strength and the length of your suits. Let's look at exactly how to use each of these. Strength is calculated by assigning points to each high card in each suit and adding these points together. The best card in each suit is the ace. You count 4 points for each ace you hold. 3 points for each king you hold, 2 points for each queen you hold, and 1 point for each jack you hold. Let's look at an example. Here is your hand. You look for aces and find 2. That's 4 points each for a total of 8 points. You also find 1 king worth 3 points, 1 queen worth 2 points, and 2 jacks worth 1 point each. Adding all these together gives the strength of your hand in points. In this case, you have 15 points. These points have come from the high cards you hold, so you will often see them referred to as high card points, which is abbreviated to HCP. The second way in which you assess your hand is its shape. In Acol, there are only 2 possible shapes. The first is a balanced hand, and the second is an unbalanced hand, that is, all hands that are not balanced. Let's look at what it takes for a hand to be balanced. First, you must have 2 or more cards in each of the 4 suits. And second, you can have at most 1 suit of only 2 cards. If your hand isn't balanced, then it must be unbalanced. But sometimes it's easier to recognize an unbalanced hand directly. To do this, just look for one of 2 possibilities. If your hand has a suit of less than 2 cards, then it is unbalanced. If it has 2 or more suits of only 2 cards, then it is unbalanced. If your hand isn't unbalanced, then it must be balanced. Let's look at a few examples. This is the hand you saw earlier. You look for suits with less than 3 cards. These are called short suits. Your only short suit is hearts. It has 2 cards, which is called a doubleton. If your only short suit is a doubleton, then your hand is balanced. Let's look at another hand. Once again, you look for short suits. This time you have no short suits, so once again your hand is balanced. Let's look at another example. You look for short suits. This time you have 2 short suits, hearts and clubs. This means that your hand is unbalanced. Let's look at another example. Once again, you look for short suits. This time you have a short heart suit with only 1 card. 1 card in a suit is called a singleton. It makes your hand unbalanced. Now, let's look at one last example. Once again, you look for short suits. At first glance, you don't appear to have any short suits. But beware, you only have 3 suits. You have no cards in the spade suit. This is called a void. A void in a suit makes your hand unbalanced. The third way in which you assess your hand is its biddable suits. Any suit with 4 or more cards is a biddable suit. Let's look at some quick examples. You look for suits with 4 or more cards. This hand has only one biddable suit, diamonds. Every hand must have at least one biddable suit. Here is another example. You look for suits with 4 or more cards. This time you find 3 biddable suits, spades, clubs, and diamonds. No hand can have more than 3 biddable suits. The final way in which you assess your hand is using the rule of 20. To calculate your rule of 20 score, you start with your high card points and then add the length of your 2 longest suits. Let's look at an example. You calculate the high card points first. This time I'll show you how I do it in practice. Starting from the leftmost card, let's count. The ace of spades is worth 4. Plus 1 for the jack of spades gives 5. Plus 2 for the queen of clubs gives 7. Plus 3 for the king of diamonds gives 10. Plus 1 for the jack of diamonds gives 11. That's a high card point value of 11. Now on to the next phase. The 2 longest suits are clubs and diamonds, each with 4 cards, for a total of 8. We now add these 2 figures together for a total of 19. This is your rule of 20 score. I will abbreviate it to ROT. Now let's put all of this together to see what it looks like to make a complete hand assessment. Here is your hand. You count points for your high cards. You have a total of 11 high card points. Your only short suit is a doubleton, so your hand is balanced. You look for suits of 4 or more cards. You have 2 biddable suits, clubs and diamonds. You combine your high card points with your longest 2 suits to calculate your rule of 20 score of 19. This assessment gives you all the information you need to start bidding. Now that you know how to assess your hand, you're ready to look at the first phase of the bridge game, the auction. This is the topic of the next lesson. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to this channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.